Hi, this is Robert Downey Jr. The P word is just fucking spectacular. I listen every week. Oh, and listener discretion is advised.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
Welcome to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
What the fuck is this?
What the hell was going on in the 90s that you had to call in to cry?
Is that real?
Yeah, that was a real thing.
Oh my god. Well, that's Franklin. If he had a number to call, he would call.
He was crying, yeah.
Ew, all he does is cry.
Well, that's all. The other day, this was last night, before I was middle of the night, about 3 o'clock, the kitten cat down, jumped up on the bed, and instead of like usually landing on my back or something, landing on my face. I wasn't really happy about it. Yeah, I was kind of
Scratches and all.
And it was like a very oblique, like I was like this.
Now I get the code.
And she landed like, oh, of course.
Oh, the 15% off? Yeah, you always press the order button and then get the coupons. Can you cancel the order and then use the coupon?
Everything sucks.
I don't know. I can try.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yeah, cancel it. They haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. Have you and Bree gotten around to any walks in the park circle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The trails back there?
Yeah, the trails.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a problem doing it because there's some, how do I put this? Fascist, cretinous old man who wants to have conversations with me.
Oh, I got you.
And
I remember you
really
talking
don't
about that.
want to talk to him
I don't
anymore.
run into people like that.
But there's also a lady who's usually with him who's very, very nice. And she usually stops us. We talk to her. And then she's like, oh, who's working today? And yeah, I am. She's like, what time do you have to be back? And I'm like, 25 minutes ago.
Oh, so you do it during the day.
Yeah, we both go during the day.
Okay.
Instead of like for my lunch break, we take a walk.
Okay.
So
yeah,
usually not today. Today we enjoyed the fascinating sounds of a jungle coming down.
A jungle?
Oh, you guys not home today?
No, we work outside of the home.
Oh, you missed it. So you must have left.
Is that why the power went out?
Uh-huh. So you guys must have left before 8 o'clock.
Oh, we leave at 6:30.
Yeah. So about 20 of 8, something like started outside. And it was much more horrible than that, but I don't want to hurt anybody's ears. And after a minute or two, I finally got up and poked out, and it was this big-ass pickup truck, followed by a big-ass tree service truck towing a wood chipper. So the guy across the street from me had at least 4 trees removed from his house. So they were
down power lines.
And yeah, it was around 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Did they not notice our power lines are hanging?
Well,
from
it
poles?
was weird. I was like, kind of like, go down. I don't want to work anymore. But it only went out for maybe a minute.
Enough for all the clocks.
All the clocks went down. It
Yeah.
kicked off the routers and and then everything came because I'm sitting there with all the screens up, the lights on, and everything just goes black except for my laptops, and I'm like, fuck me.
And what time is this? Like early morning?
No. This was like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Oh, gotcha.
It was late in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then it was weird because I came downstairs and I was like, I don't hear them working. Is everyone okay? Like I didn't hear anybody scream and a loud, blast of plasma. So I assume nobody got killed, but I don't know. I mean, they were far enough away from the power lines up front, but they were working in the back because he had 2 trees that were dying and covered in ivy. That were getting that's why he got into a fight with the crazy church lady. She wanted them removed, and he's like, "Remove them then. They're not bothering me." So he finally got those 2 removed, and then he had 2 fall down in a windstorm a couple of months ago.
Okay.
And they were just kind of leaning against the other trees, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
It's very expensive removing trees.
yeah, that's why we still have that stump because not only they want almost 1,000, they were like quoting me this huge price to get rid of it, but then I looked at what they were going to do. They were going to tear up my entire front yard to do it. They were going to go after every little piece of it all over the yard. I'm like, you know what? It'll be a prop for Halloween.
Right. So they were looking to remove all the roots that were attached to the stump. Now,
Yeah.
why would that be? Because if you're cutting down the tree, then it's not going to grow anymore.
Yeah, but they had it all like scammed out. And I just like, I do not want to deal with that.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I'll just,
Yeah.
I'll mess with it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
We have a lot of ivy. In fact, it's holding up our fence in the back of our yard. But we don't want the ivy. Like you can see where it's just taking over. Like flower beds, it's climbing up our trees, like just taking over completely.
And it eventually will choke them. And
Yeah.
it gives them, it adds several 100 pounds to the tree. So when it,
Well, we keep pulling it down. Like we
you
keep
can kill it at the
taking-
base. If
Yeah.
you chop it at the base.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah, we keep chopping it off or cutting it so that it will stop. But Franklin, thank you for joining us.
I'm going to take care of that.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna shut the door so he can? Okay. He's just gonna sit outside the door.
So I'm going to pull the beer out for today.
Okay.
So this was actually given to me, was suggested to me, but with Phil from Kunda Beverage was working with Chris,
nice.
and I was talking to him, and he said to give this one a try. It is Lager Beer Hell from Augsburger Brau. I don't know, something in fucking German.
Oh, I like hell.
Oh, let me here
It's nice. It's a bottle.
open that stuff for everybody.
Cool. Very cool.
And yeah, he said it, and this is like this isn't something that you could make here. This is like the old beer purity law thing. So this should be interesting. He said it's not overpowering. It's not this crazy thing, but he's like, it's just a good beer. And I'm like, all right, man. I said, your entire reputation is on this, so
I was
we'll see.
unable to cancel the order.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just burn the company down. Where's their headquarters?
Road
Probably in
trip.
China.
Oh, that's why
never
it's so
mind.
expensive. So yeah, lager beer hell. He had me at hell.
Well, somebody's
King
at,
of Prussia.
somebody's at our
BA.
door. Dropping off something.
Yeah, it's imported. Yeah, Village
Maybe your
Imports. and King
cards
of
are
Prussia.
here.
We couldn't cancel it. We did it in 5 minutes. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
There's a deposit, but not in PA.
No, we never can.
I like it.
It's nice. It's a little sweet,
I like it.
but it's well balanced.
That's good.
Very clear.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
I'm giving it a 9.
Nice.
Right out of the gate.
Now the there he did. You know, we were talking about
The
some other
Dean.
ones. So
I thought you were at a concert tonight. Maybe that was
brewed
last night.
according to the purity law. What's the purity
Oh,
law?
you know what that is.
it's German law where they can't add a bunch of shit like they do here.
Oh,
So like if you
Flowers.
ever had red stripe beer here in America, it sucks. It's like I'd
well,
rather
it
drink.
sucks in Jamaica too.
No, it wasn't as bad in Jamaica. In Jamaica, it's like, okay, it's
I
beer.
did drink a lot of it there.
Yeah, but
But that was 20,
I like it
23
too. I'll
years
give it a
ago.
9.
24 years ago.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it's easy to drink.
It's not heavy. It's a
Yeah.
light, smooth, not too carbonated, but just enough. Crisp tasting. Sort of a fruity, like not quite grapefruit-y, but
if it had a little bit less
little
sweetness, it might
flowery
be
at
even
the
more
end.
excellent. But
I gave
I
it.
like it.
I gave it an 8 only because it's a little sweet.
I like sweet though.
But,
I don't like it super bitter.
It's one of those things. It's like it's inoffensive, and that's kind of what he said. He's like, you're gonna drink this. It's something you could sit outside and drink.
Oh, it's
and-
definitely something that you can enjoy after like mowing the grass or something, you know, give you a little.
sitting outside and staring
Yeah.
at the guys cutting trees down and wishing them
And-
harm. Things like that. Yeah.
yeah, so when I got home today, Jim, I came through the other door there, and all the lights in here were on. the neon stuff and all that. And
Even these?
no, but
Oh, just these.
these. And I was like, what? Why is
Power flicker?
it? Was because of the power outage.
Yeah, ours does that too. They just come
It took
on.
me a little while to figure out what was going on because I went upstairs finally and I would realize that that's breaker. The clocks were all blinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't come down. There's a bunch of beer bottles and goblin shit everywhere.
No.
Yeah.
So, and two, like we reset most of the clocks, but the clock in the living room,
That's an ordeal.
that is like when neither of us can really see. So it's like get down on the floor and like figure out what buttons and do you have to push two
It's
at
a
a time and
whole
raise your
thing.
right arm and
So
then
you can't get
you
busy
know.
about going in all those houses back in the day when it was flashing 12 for 7
right,
months.
exactly.
How hard is it, man?
Kinda
Really?
crazy.
Yeah, we have there's a music player in the kitchen, an under cabinet unit, and it's impossible to do anything with.
I remember having one of those, and I had I even had the can opener that mounted underneath. Remember?
Oh,
The whole
I
kit.
remember those days.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this because if we're cooking and Brie likes to go in and bake and stuff, so it's like, well, here you can listen to music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a CD player, it's a very 90s tech. But yeah, the clock was flashing today, and Bree's just standing there with the remote, like, do you know how to? I'm like, I have no idea. Just keep hitting buttons until something happens.
Yeah.
It took me over an hour. By the time I usually get time change fixed,
It's time.
It's over.
It's
Yeah.
Easter Standard
Yeah,
Time.
It's
is.
just not a big deal.
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah.
That was timed just right. Every time he opens his mouth,
I'm just taking 4 seconds off.
Yeah, he's being annoying. Like he needs mommy time for about an hour before.
yeah, he's
Good
a needy
show.
little guy.
But
So Vadim's
I don't have
in
time
the
for that.
he's in the room here.
Oh, nice.
He was at the show on Saturday night.
how did it go?
It was okay.
Just okay.
Just okay. Good. It was a good night.
Wasn't like
Bob was spectacular.
Bob
Bob had a
Bachelor
good
did-
night. He had a really good night, and that was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a lot of yard work this weekend.
Yeah. It always is so beautiful this time of year. Everything is so green. I really don't mind the rain today.
I didn't because it made those
Because you
guys
don't have
wet.
to water the grass or water the flower beds or whatever. But yeah, I'm ready for summer to like be and
Drop.
stay and like not be so rainy.
I just want to kind of sit outside.
That's about it.
It's like when I'm done work in the winter, I can go sit outside, and it's like this now. It's dark and gross at best.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time of year, if I can get out in time, and it's a nice day, I might get a little vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
But at least in the summer, it's out till at least 8:30. You can set. I have 2 hours. I can go outside.
Right.
For me this weekend, like after all the yard work was done, I just grabbed a. Did I grab a real? I grabbed an Adler beer, and I sat in the hot tub for a couple of minutes, more like 40 minutes. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we that was on Sunday, right?
I think so because we had Mother's Day.
Yeah, we had Mother's Day. Then we went over and we saw my
Happy
mom.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, his mom's in from Tampa.
Nance saw her mom on Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She still hasn't burned. She
It's
hasn't
fine.
burned
We
everything
actually
down.
had fun. We were playing my sister with my daughter and her daughter, and so it was a girls' night. We played Uno, and it was fun though. We had a really great time. Like
I love you, Mom. Draw 4, you fucker.
right, exactly. Like that was funny because a lot of that was going on, and we played with jumbo cards. So
Oh, wasn't she yelling a lot during the game? Like she was making these strange noises. I don't know.
no.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
So you see her coming out of her room.
I'll draw nothing, and you'll like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
so it was a lot of fun because our rounds of Uno were taking a long time, which always makes it fun when it lasts.
See,
for
when
a
you
while.
said Uno, it didn't compute in my head. I thought you were talking about the other one where you pull the sticks out.
Jenga?
Oh.
Jenga. I thought you were
No,
playing.
No.
I'm like trying to imagine your
Kerplunk.
mom playing Jenga.
no,
No, it's
No, but that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun for us
Kerplunk
to
would
play.
be good. I would like to
Kerplunk
play Kerplunk. I miss that.
Or Gnip. That's always bastardly
I'd
when
like
you're
that,
drunk.
too.
We just like board games, or like usually she really wanted to play poker. And we were just like not into it. We're just like, nah, like nobody
Party tonight.
we don't collect change anymore. Like we just don't.
I heard you
collect
raiding the
it.
change, though.
Yeah, I did put it in a baggie, what we did have, just in case. And then I
That's a
ended up
fact.
just bringing it
That's a
home and
fact.
dropping it back in the jug because I was like,
We just bought poker chips one time.
we just
I got
didn't
tired of it.
play.
All that change, it's like when I go out, I don't know what to do with the change, so I
Yeah.
just put it in
I
my
usually
pocket.
throw it at somebody.
Sometimes I give it to the bartender.
Yeah.
Here's $20 and all the change I found in my car.
Here's like
Yeah.
7 pennies and like 3 quarters.
So I really believe that my mom, while she lived here, she had bought coin wrappers,
Oh,
and my dad had a ton of coin wrappers.
I think she took our change.
And she did not. And
She took my tweezers and my little screwdrivers.
I believe she wrapped all the coins and she was going to go to the bank and like just deposit it. And all of a sudden I get to the house and she's got this jug and it's just so heavy she can barely even like carry it. And all of the coins were in there. So I literally think when I said us girls are going to get together and play poker, she emptied all of her coins back into a jug instead of keeping them wrapped.
oh wow.
So yeah, and then toward like it was almost like 10 o'clock at night. I got there at 6. We had dinner, and then around 10 she was like, well, when are we going to play poker? And I'm like, first of all, woman, it's your bedtime.
And that's when you screw with her. Like
And
we
it's an
did.
hour.
All right,
for
Bonzo,
me.
it's time for bed.
It's an hour for me to drive home from here. So no, like we're done. Like this is it. So anyway, she was raring to go. Like she could have played. She could have gone longer.
See, I was always hoping that someday I would find that hoard of wrapped pennies that my mother was always working on. You know, like she always had the
Buried
wrapped-
treasure somewhere, Jim.
Yeah, like there's probably like 4,000 pounds of copper because my mother always said, "Save pennies; they'll be worth money someday."
Well, the real pennies are worth money now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
real ones. But
Now
I mean,
they're
she's-
made
she's
from
holding up like
zinc and-
yeah, the crap ones. Like these will be worth money. I'm like, okay, Mom, they are money, you dingbat.
Yeah, my mom would get go on YouTube or she would go on Google. And she would look up values of coins, and she would come out to me at night when we would get home from work, and she would say, so I have some of those coins, the woman with the baby on her back. I think they're worth a lot of money. I
Yeah,
have
they're
4
worth
of
a dollar.
those.
They're
And
worth
I'm
$1.
like, they're worth, that's what I'd say. They're worth
They're not
a
worth
dollar.
the trip to the coin
And she was
store.
like,
whatever.
no, they have to be worth more.
No, they're $1.
So
They will be someday
when you're dead.
when the United
When we're
States
all
doesn't
dead.
exist. Yeah, I mean, like when the
Right.
apes will dig it up and go, ooh.
I didn't mean it the way it came
that.
out.
No.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I have like untouched, bicentennial coin set, that kind of thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's got to be worth
yeah, we have some mint
$2-3 now.
things in like our firebox or whatever that
Yeah,
like
they were-
was mint, was collected
Ooh,
by mint on
they
a certain
refunded my order.
year.
Nice.
But anyway,
But we even
she always thinks everything's worth $1
it's
million.
never worth anything. We have
Yeah.
when
$1
$2
million.
when $2 bills came back out, my sister was working at Bridgeport Federal, and they're actually stamped. Like they have a postage stamp on them, and then they have a stamp on them from the bank. They're collectibles. So I have a couple of those. Fucking, I don't know.
I do
somewhere.
too. Yep.
And it's like, okay, they're worth $6. And then I have a Liberty silver dollar. Like that is the legacy my parents left me. That fucking silver dollar.
Right.
I think it's worth like $20.
Hey, they left you something.
Yeah, yeah. She gave that to me. I think
Yeah.
she didn't know what the hell it was. It was too big to be a bingo chip, so it was worth nothing to her.
So my dad had been collecting coins for years, and when he passed, I put them in coin pockets. Like I bought a coin booklet and with all the pages, and I put them in, and I took them to a dealer for them to get appraised because I was the executor.
You went to the wrong dealer, though. You
So-
shouldn't have gone to that guy on the corner. And
So I went to
Norristown.
a
That was
very reputable dealer because I did research.
hey, man, these aren't the
And
right
that,
things I'm looking
was
for.
a highly rated dealer, and I took it in. It was less than $1,000 worth of like, I don't know.
Oh,
like,
it was But they pad it. It's like when you watch.
17 pages of silver.
Yeah.
And I got
But think about it.
$1,000.
You watch the show we used to watch. What was that? Golden Pawn, whatever it was.
Pawn Stars.
Yeah,
Stars,
Pawn Stars.
yeah.
You come in. What
Yeah.
do you want for that? I
Hey,
want
Tom.
$5,000. Oh,
Yeah.
it's worth $700.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, but
undercutting
again,
you.
you know,
They're definitely undercutting.
Well, they also have to
Of
make
course.
a profit, so it's like,
yeah, they have to go through the
I
coins.
gotta
and they
pay
have
for
to
the
trade
lights
the
in here.
coins, and they have to do blah blah blah
oh,
blah
Jimi
blah.
Hendrix's skull. Well, see, I have to make money, so $7.
Yeah.
You know,
So anyway,
Right.
you know, these people collect for years and years, like half their life, thinking
it depends
that.
on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be anything that they, put. I mean, everything that I ever owned that is worth money was burned into a molten, bubbling cauldron of plastic when I was a kid. So, like, all the really expensive I'm sure I have an R5D4, one of the ones with the red bar that's probably worth hundreds.
So we just recently watched, some shows and interviews, usually a 60 Minutes or on a Sunday morning, show. And this guy was collecting Matchbox. I think I mentioned
Oh
this
my God,
in
that
our
was
last session.
crazy.
And like, it is
He
amazing
has a warehouse.
that he, like, one of his little Matchbox cars is worth like $1,500.
Oh, yeah.
No, one of them was worth like $30,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I
You
know.
could buy a classic car for that.
I know I have some. Like, I've seen them at my dad's that belonged to my little brother when he was a baby. And I'm like,
I have a.
but there's not
Corvette.
a chance that not one of those are going to be worth anything of
Somewhere,
value.
either upstairs or in one of the rooms, is I think it's a 30th anniversary or 25th anniversary Corvette. And it's like gold or something, or I don't know.
If you
I've
have,
never
if
seen
you
it
have
here.
the Roadster,
In the box.
I've never seen
you have to have the Roadster with the Kaiser Wilhelm helmet on it.
I know the one you're talking
Then
about.
it's worth at least good $25. But yeah, that was the only. I mean, like I said, I have those AFX cars, and they're worth dick.
And like, you watch these
Joby.
auction shows or whatever, and then these people go on these auction shows and they're like, "Oh, this is worth $60,000," and I'm only just like, from a yard
you.
sale that they spent like 20. How come we're never that lucky?
Well, I saw a thing recently. Somebody
Why?
had a.
But if you think of it, you're probably that lucky you just don't know.
we
it.
just didn't know it, right?
Yeah.
You probably
Exactly.
threw it away.
Right.
Somebody had.
Probably.
They had a
Yeah.
violin that was worth $100,000 or some crazy amount of money. They left it at the venue. Somebody threw it out. Somebody picked it up. Then they took it to a pawn shop, sold it for like $60.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. Somebody like found it again in an alley where somebody else dropped it off, and it wound up back to the guy who lost it in the first place. Like shit like that happens. Like you go to like a Goodwill and you find like a Van Gogh. It's not
Yeah.
just some dumb picture of a mountain or a lady playing a fucking lute or something dumb like everyone has. It's actually art, and somebody doesn't know it.
So there is a news, I guess, not an article, but a news story that is going on about this guy. His car was stolen. So, of course, he called the police, made a report, got paid by the insurance company. Liked the car so much that he ended up finding a car online for a decent dollar, and he wanted to get the same car, but it was a different color. But he was like, you know what? I love this car, even though it's not the same color. I'm gonna buy it. So he gets in the car after purchasing it.
It's
The
his
candy
car.
wrappers that he used to eat is
Yep.
still in the
Just
car.
painted.
And then the VIN number's different, so they changed the tag, in the car. But then he found other evidence that this car belonged to him. So
Oh,
now
man.
there's this whole controversy about who actually owns the car.
Yeah, didn't
So
he just drive it
technically,
away?
the insurance company owns the car because they
Oh.
paid for the vehicle, paid him for the vehicle. So they own his car. And being that he purchased it, well, no, he's the new owner of his car. What happens now? So
Ugh.
I don't know. Does anybody
It
know?
goes to the
what
insurance
happens?
company at that point.
So,
So when I was a
but
kid,
what
we
a
had,
shame.
we had a
This
car
guy
stolen.
bought his stolen car.
We had a car stolen from our house while we were sleeping. They broke in the house and got the keys, and it was a crazy night.
The
But
car
they-
out of the pantry.
We stole the car, and there was
like this. This is
time,
fun.
a certain amount of time passed, and the insurance company said to my father, and he's renting a car. They were giving me a car. They're like, you can wait another whatever, or you can opt out. Now we'll give you a payment, and you can go buy your own car or whatever, with whatever the value was, because it had reached that certain point, whatever was in the policy. So he took the payout. 2 days after that, hey, please call.
We recovered your car.
Found your car. And it was unharmed. And the insurance company was nice enough to let my father he had bought my mom birthday gift or gifts, and they were in the trunk still. Like some clothes
They
or
kept
something.
the car. He couldn't just give him the money back.
Nope. So we had it was
The
a
car's worth more than they paid him.
73 Mercury Montego 4-door, Montego MX, which was that was the it was the Talladega redesign, if I'm not mistaken. And then we moved. He bought a Ford LTD, a stripped Ford LTD.
See, we never had anybody steal a car. We did have one left
I lived in
and
Philly.
abandoned on
so-
our property. So
Oh, we had that happen too,
an
but
old Comet somebody just left in our driveway for
Well,
a year.
I grew up in a neighborhood where most of us were related because my grandparents had a very large farm, and then as the kids would grow, my grandfather would build a house for each of his children so that everybody stayed close. So again, we were running the farm, so everybody needed to be close to raise the family and be
It was
together.
it was
Work
a
on the farm.
compound.
And work on the farm. So it's like a
Commune.
compound.
Yeah,
There
commune.
were other families there, but it's, people that my grandparents grew up with, and it's old, old, like, money, like all that stuff. So we grew up where we would just leave our front door open. I would leave the screen door so that, we didn't have air conditioning, so we would just leave all the windows open. We would leave our front door open. Nobody was going to come in.
You hopefully slept with
That is
guns
not how
next to
we
your bed.
lived. There was no threat of anybody coming. We weren't worried about it. And we lived on a highway, so it wasn't like it was like this country road. It was a traveled road, but we never were concerned with that.
You guys never heard of like the Starkweather homicides? or anything?
Until one night, I heard a noise. I used to share a room and a converted attic bedroom with my sister. But my brother wasn't there, so I took his room downstairs. And I heard a noise outside my window, but dismissed it. Like, didn't matter what it was. Maybe it was just a squirrel or something. Who knows?
Cow on the roof.
Turns out the next day, my stepfather got up. He was planning to put the new tires on his truck that he had purchased and leaned up against the house, and they were gone. So there was literally someone outside of my window with the front door open, with the windows
Well, they're there for
open,
tires.
stealing the tires. But
Yeah.
and even after that, we didn't start locking the doors or anything. We
Just had a
started
gun.
thinking, who in the neighborhood took our tires?
Yeah.
Like, who's got our tires?
Jimmy's in the house. I didn't say hi to Tom either.
Tommy's here.
How you doing, Tom?
Anyway.
The world famous This Is Tom's World.
Yes.
We looked for a new episode this week, Tom. I didn't see one, but we're waiting anxiously.
What's on the agenda?
Well,
Let's go.
You got to finish Andor first. Then he'll get us.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, there's 3 new episodes tonight.
That is on our list for things to do.
Yeah. Been enjoying the hell out of that.
Oh, yeah. It's been good.
Very good.
Are you watching it?
Watching that. We were watching together Mobland, which is
Yes.
driving me
Yes.
crazy.
Yes. We're all caught up, right?
We are caught
We're
up.
all
yeah.
caught up. We're watching Something of Us? What is
The
that?
Last of Us.
The Last of Us. We're all caught
Those
up there.
drive me crazy. Though all those damn zombie movies always go into
Yeah, I'm
you
not.
come up against another group of people that are overwhelmingly going to kick your ass, and you're going to suffer, and it's going to
Because it's a
suck.
video game.
And well, yeah, but I mean, like the same thing happened with The Walking Dead, and that's where they jumped the shark. Because I know,
Never saw it.
I got tired of it.
We don't
I was
watch
like,
it.
got so bad. It was like the main characters were getting just fucked every single week. Like just
Just-
murdered, beaten, tortured.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
exactly.
all right, I'm done. I can't
Yeah.
do this. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't watch.
Like, we never watched the Game of Thrones or anything. It's like, that is a commitment That is like,
That
we
is
did
great.
give in and watch Breaking Bad.
yeah,
I've never
and
done that yet.
Ozark. We did watch
Ozark
some
was
major
fantastic.
series. You know, we really did. What are some of the other ones that we watched that we love? Peaky Blinders is so good.
Still waiting for the movie.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh yeah, that's coming
It's
out.
not even breathing hard.
Yeah, we've watched some really good series.
I started watching Conan O'Brien Go.
By the
I
way,
just saw a trailer for that. Or
He just
something.
got
really
he
funny.
got the award for the Kennedy Center.
Oh,
And I heard a
that's a
review
shame.
of it today, and they said it was probably one of the best that has ever happened, especially considering what's going on.
They let that happen.
Letterman was there. I mean,
Wow.
So we need to watch it. It's on Netflix,
Yeah,
apparently.
I guess we do.
They said it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I was just watching. Bree and Caitlin watched the one where he went to Ireland without me, so I watched that today.
Yeah, he does a travel show, right?
Yeah, it's really funny.
It's on
and
Prime or
it's
something.
like the Irish people are making fun of him for being a redhead. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I know. What's wrong with you? Yeah. So
Where do you think I got this from?
our nephew just got back from London
Scotland.
and Scotland,
Yeah.
and I said, "Okay, so out of your trip, because his girlfriend
How much haggis did you?
lives in England, so I said, out of your trip, what did you love the best?" And he said, "I love Scotland. I could go back. I could live there. Scotland was amazing." He said, "London was like any other city you visit. It's like New York. It's like any other city." He said going to Scotland was just amazing. The villages and just how beautiful it is and scenic and the pubs. And he said it was just fabulous.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
it was just tremendous. So
He wants to
maybe
move there.
someday. Yeah, he really is ready to go.
Oh, Bree's got family in Scotland and Ireland, so we have to go there someday. And
Yeah.
everybody who's been, everyone but us, they just love it to death.
Well, Vic
Yeah.
DiPotetto's a comic that Nance and I really like,
Yeah.
especially me. And we've seen him a bunch in concert. Well, his son moved over there. Son loved it so much. His sister came to see him, and she liked it, and she moved there now. So both of his kids live in Scotland. So he
Yeah.
goes to Scotland all the time now. And he has the funds to do it because,
Yeah,
He's doing pretty well.
Very well.
I've worn a kilt. They're fun,
That's funny.
breezy.
But yeah, so he definitely said he will go back and he loves it there. And so I don't know.
So this past weekend was the WMMR barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys from Octane got back together and they played on the main stage. And I was looking at some of the video and some of the pictures. They played in front of a full crowd. It wasn't like when a local band does these things. Sometimes you get the shitty slot, and they got a great slot. And then they were interviewed by WMMR right after, which why not? Of course, right? Alice in Chains had to cancel. They're having
Yeah, I
some
heard about
issues.
that, yeah.
A lot of bands canceling this summer for shows. But my son was there, and he was there hanging out with the boys in his band. And they walked up, and they were telling the security guy, hey, we're that's Brent Porsche, and we're from Studweiser, and could you just let him know we're here? And went over and get him in over here. So they were over there at the
Oh,
MMR
that's so awesome.
kiosk or whatever it was, hanging
Yeah.
out and stuff like that, and hanging out with the guys in Octane, which is really cool. So proud of that kid and the band and what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, band of the month.
Deem
And
says he likes Scotland. He liked it there. So that was cool. So my kid got to do a little hobnobbing, and he's spoken to Brent, a bunch, but I don't think he's ever spoke
Never
to
met
him in person. On a downside, for those that listen to WMR, the Preston and Steve show was notified that Kathy Romano was being let go. I don't know if you heard about that.
They were told she was being let go.
The management, Beasley, fired her.
Why?
That's a cost-cutting thing. So
What the fuck?
apparently, they're having some financial trouble, whatever, Beasley, and
Well, nobody listens to the radio anymore.
that's the problem. So they were purchased 5 years ago, and you may remember there was a guy named Jackson on there who I really liked. Jackson, he
Yeah.
was a great DJ. So he did an interview over the weekend, which I was listening to, and he was speaking to this, and he said that they had, this is a crazy story. So they had this Uber driver he was like an Uber black driver, and they would hire him on the
Can
side.
you just be an Uber driver?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, he would pick them up in the limousine and take them places. And when the Beasley people came to the station, they came in when they first purchased it, when Jackson was still there, gave a big pep talk about how, everything's going to be great. You guys in our Boston sports station, you're our number one station. In fact, MMR is the number one morning show, was the number one morning show in the country. And they did it through two sets, when it was the Morning Zoo, and then, of course, President Steve. So the driver, he calls up them the next day after the meeting. He goes, I drove the Beasley guys to the airport. How did your meeting go? And they told him, this is what happened. Well, he said they were in the back seat of my limo talking about how can they get rid of that morning show because it's costing the company too much money. That was 5 years ago. So
Yeah, I mean, the morning shows
they're
make
finally
huge coin.
pulling through on what they're going to do. And what's going to end up happening is it'll end up just being Preston and Steve in the end, and probably a producer in the background.
Well, I mean, Marissa used to be an intern.
Right.
They hired her on.
I remember.
And the other two guys, probably the same kind of thing. I don't know about those others, where the hell they came from. But I think it's
Kathy
similar.
Romano was with them for 26 years
Yeah.
at MMR.
Yeah.
I can't believe that they've been on it. Has it been that long? Because I know they were at WDRE. I remember when they
We're
were
excruciatingly old.
when they were on that front. I remember when they used to hang out on South Street, and I'm fairly certain I ran into Preston or Steve one night on South Street, back in the DRE days. That's when South Street was fucking incredible.
It's
And I
not
think
the
it was a-
same since Zipperheads has been gone.
Well, that's about the time everything started kind of going.
Yeah, it went to shit. Right?
Going the wayside.
You don't have a Zipperheads, I don't want to go. What's the point? Like walking in there and just hanging out with the weirdos. It's like
So much has changed about South Street.
yeah.
A lot of the businesses are
it's
gone.
not. Yeah, it's not what
Like
it was.
it's not even.
No,
Like what is even there now?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I mean, it started slipping when Tower Records left.
but there was a reason. I mean, that's
Well,
when
yeah,
they
yeah, I
started
mean,
taking
yeah.
a downturn.
But I'm just talking about me personally. I don't care about everybody else or demographics. Me.
So now
It's
now the hip
me,
place to
me,
go
me.
is up by Rivers Casino, and that's where all the action's at.
Over by Town Center. You pay like $25 for the beer we just
You're in a
drank.
town center in King of Prussia,
Yeah.
where the guy got killed in his bed this
Yeah.
past weekend.
The guy. Oh, one of the hotel. The
Woman, his
apartments?
wife. Yeah, his wife killed him.
Yeah, I'm not entirely shocked by that. Half the people that live there
They're all
and
transplants.
in another place, they
I'm a
come from.
transplant.
They come
We're
from,
transplants.
No, they live. They. What's it? They live here, work in New York, or work here, live in. I don't know what the fuck it is. They live here and work in New York, but
Yeah.
it's
Their
just cheaper to
son,
live
their
here.
son works here in. He
Upper Dublin. Or...
yeah, he works for FedEx or something.
The hell's he going? He's commuting all the hell away.
He's not. He
No.
lives here.
Oh,
Yeah, he
still
lives
Upper
here.
Dublin's like fucking forever away.
Yeah, well, she must
She
have
tried
had
to
enough.
shoot
'cause
him.
She tried to kill him too, and he got the gun away from her. And then she just went and threw herself in the Schuylkill.
Well, that would have killed her. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, she picked a good spot at Kelly Drive and just went
But I mean, like,
first swim.
I mean, everybody that was the thing about King of Prussia. Always just pissed me off. Especially after moving back here. People people in our neighborhood. They're like, "Did you know somebody was murdered in this town?" I'm like, fuck off.
They
Yes.
wrote a book about it.
I remember it being. I lived in Northeast Philly. I remember watching the
There's
news
been a
stories.
couple of murders in
Jim Nathis in the
many.
house. How you
But-
doing?
but they
Vadim's telling us some great stories, by the way, too.
Yeah.
But they bring up did you hear about that teacher? I'm like, yes, it was a book, it was a movie. Fuck off. I know, yes, it's a documentary.
Hey Jim, it could be worse. You could have grown up in a neighborhood like I did. There are shootings all the time now.
Well, there
and
were
it was
that's
never
what- that was my-
shootings when I was growing up.
That was the point. It's like, yeah,
places
it hasn't
change.
gotten that bad. Well, my old neighborhood's probably that bad before I lived here. But
Well, I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
people shut
Yeah,
their
they burned
door
your house
and
down,
shut their
motherfucker.
windows where I
burn
live
my
too.
fucking house down.
It's a good thing you were only there for 4 years.
Well, that's because you lived in one of those places where all the signs are shot.
Yeah,
buckshot.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's-
Nobody was.
That was friendly fire.
Yeah,
No,
you just
no,
have to do it.
that was just fun. That was just kids shooting
Yeah.
at stop signs.
But I mean, like here, like they're always murders and assaults and all this shit. You just don't hear about it anymore.
We weren't shooting each other. We were just shooting at stuff.
I mean, I told you like the one day I was sitting out outside my family's house, outside on my dad's back of his truck, and I'm just sitting there by myself, probably just trying to stay away from my parents to keep what was left of my sanity at the time. And I saw a guy walk by, and I'm like, why is he carrying a broom? What the fuck? And then I found out that there was somebody down, like not our neighborhood, but like a couple blocks away, shot his parents with a shotgun. That was the kid who walked
Wow.
right by me, and I just quietly sat there, didn't make any noise. He just walked right by. But I mean, stuff like that happens. It's like, it happens everywhere. But King of Prussia
Yeah.
has this very, very cute way of being like, everything's fine, everything's wonderful here.
Well, it is usually.
It isn't bad. It's
is
better than most
usually.
places. It really is.
Yeah, it is. If you
Yeah.
know, I like it here.
When we left Norristown, I remember, the day I think I left permanently was there were two 9-year-olds wrestling on the rooftop over a pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, yeah, this might be a good time to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go take care of little man.
Buddy.
He's out of control.
He's not gonna.
He needs attention.
He is not gonna.
I like to pass my condolences on to Mike LeCompte. His brother passed away.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sad. All right, buddy.
I didn't say that. This weekend, by the way, I'll do another promo at the end of the show, but I'll be doing the Bill Fest. In where is it? It's in Warrington, I think. It's on 2865 Pickertown Road. They're having like 15 bands. I mean, it starts at 11. I don't know. It starts like in the afternoon or something, and it goes to like midnight or something.
When do you go on?
Somewhere around 7:15, which those things never run on time, so
No.
it'll probably end up being like 8:15 or something. But yeah, so I'm there with Instinct. Oh, here it is. It is Warrington. Yeah, 2865 Pickertown Road, Warrington, Pennsylvania. It starts Saturday. It's Saturday at 11 a.m. the 17th. It's pretty wild. A lot of bands doing this.
That was
thing.
the crazy place last year with the water tower,
But this
water
is
columns.
but this is a different gig. That was Dave Fest. This is Bill Fest.
Oh, what was I thinking?
So Dave Fest was a memorial. Bill Fest is an annual actual festival, and people come with their campers. I don't know where they put them, but they have camping, and people stay there the whole weekend. It's a whole thing. It's sort of like
Nobody ever comes to Gym
little-
Fest, but that's
little
just
junk fest instead of Woodstock. It's it's junk stock. I don't know.
Gym Fest is every Saturday afternoon in front of my house. But no,
Yeah, I saw that with the
I
book.
just- yeah, we didn't. Oh, there was beer too.
The font on this is very hard to read. I can't. It's a white font set against an almost white background. You don't do that. I can't read it, so I'd read off all the different bands, but I can't. That's unfortunate.
Bill Fest.
Bill Fest, yes.
I want to make sure it's not Joe Fest or.
No, it was Dave Fest the time you and I were there.
I
Were
wasn't
you-
there.
Did you go?
No.
No, you didn't go. I can't remember what you
Is it
go
on
to
the
anymore.
Instinct page?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see.
Somebody donated their X32 PA system, and they're going to come out and do all that stuff. And
Let's see.
last year, Mike and I did sound with Mike's system. I should say Mike did sound. I did a little bit. I was, hanging out, drinking.
I'm not seeing it.
It's on the Instinct page.
And
Not
that's where I am. Let me see. Hang on.
Instinct the band.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Should be in the events.
I went to events. No, go to events again. La 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 la
Right.
la la. Events.
I know I saw it because I put it there.
Well, okay, there it is. Bill Fest.
There you go.
But I don't have the flyer.
Of course you don't, because they didn't give it to me.
Okay, where'd you find the flyer?
I just saw it scrolling through Facebook hell.
Ah,
If somebody had sent it to me, I would have posted it, but nothing was sent to me. See how this stuff works?
There's Bill Fest 23. I'm assuming that
You know, if you want to have a promotion, you have to provide the promotion to the people that do it. You can't expect them to go and seek it out. Not trying to be mean. It's just the truth.
it happens.
So
All right. Is this it here? Let me see. Bill Fest.
I should change the time.
That is 17. God damn it. Roman numerals. Just why? Why? Just fucking why?
Because it's a thing.
Bill's Fest. No. All right. Wait. Billy K. No. Ugh, it's exhausting.
You have no idea.
No, you don't have it up there anymore.
Yeah, I do. It's right here, but it doesn't. I don't have a band list.
Did you have a flyer with the band list?
I don't. They didn't
I
send me
thought
one.
you said you couldn't read something.
Oh, he's right here.
Yeah.
That's it. Can you read that?
Well, not from here. No.
You wouldn't be able to read it if you were sitting here.
I'll bet you $1 billion I can.
$1 billion.
A
Take
billion.
it.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Text me that
Let's
URL.
take it.
Just send it to me on Facebook.
Snip it. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it no matter what.
Slide me some
I
shit.
am going to go blind reading this.
I'm not gonna give a fuck. Let me see if I can find a way to get it to you, Jim.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is why I sit in between the two of
know.
you.
I have to log out of
killings on
Instinct and get back
Tuesdays.
to Adler. I just lost my whole thing here.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Technology is
Oh,
so
come on.
challenging.
Lost my feed.
This sucks.
Now you're off again.
I don't know what's happening. I need a vacation. I really fucking need a vacation.
No, I
Yeah,
had one.
we
I'm
do
still. I'm
need one.
just still exhausted.
I mean a real one where I go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Let's see.
Sit in the fucking house.
Out of here. Let's see. So
I haven't had a vacation.
Nut
When
Huts.
was the last time we went away? It was September, right?
Hmm.
Other than like we did one night in
Where did we go
Atlantic
in
City.
September?
We went and saw my mom.
Oh, that feels like it was 2 years ago.
I think it was.
I'm
It
confused.
feels
at
so
what I'm
long
reading.
ago.
I can read it. I don't understand
But
it.
you wanted to leave early. We did leave early.
Yeah, well, I know. I wasn't very comfortable.
So this is 2 stages. M equals main. S equals
Yeah, they have a side stage. It's like,
So it says Nut Hut stage.
what does that mean?
I don't know. Shuttle crew stage. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. open stage.
Where are they shuttling people from?
I don't know. 1 to
See, it
2
doesn't make
p.m.
any
Marvin
sense.
Mitchell 2 to 2:30. Alan Pierce and Rothman 2:30 to 3:30. Shoddy Hollow 4 to 5:15. Big Bamboo 5:15 to 5:45. Boot Knockers 5:45 to 6:45. Rebirth 6:45 7:15. Stephen DeJoseph 7:15 to 8:15. Instinct 8:15 to 8:45. Olivia Kim 8:45 to 9:45. Roy
30
and
minutes.
the
What does it say?
8:15 to
8:15
8:45.
8:45.
8:15. We were supposed to go on at 7.
Well, yeah.
Are you reading it right?
No, I think the times are before it. So it's the times are before the band, which is really there's no formatting. It's a fucking
So
nightmare.
is it 7:15?
7:15 8:15 dash instinct.
That's an
Yes.
hour.
So you're on the main I think the main stage.
I was going to say, because I have an hour's worth of songs that I'm working on for this thing.
And then there's Roy and the 8:45 9:45 10:15 11:15 is Chaos Ascending 11:15 to 10
Captain
11:45 minimums and then 11:45 to 1 a.m. There's nothing there, and then in giant
Well, that's
letters
the invisible.
yeah, and then it says 11:45 to 1 a.m. the program.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't. This is so.
You're going to be there all day?
I'm just
and
gonna
all
say
night?
format your shit.
Oh, probably not, but I'll be somewhere.
Like this text is awful.
Gotcha.
You'll be there at 7 o'clock?
Abandoned for the day.
I told you. You had the option.
Yeah, why would I want to do that? Why
I
do
don't
I
know.
want to spend my
Then
entire
don't
Saturday?
Then don't say you're abandoned.
You know,
Well, if
and day
abandoned-
and night.
Abandoned implies that you've been left with no other option.
Oh.
What are you worried about? You're gonna get shit
Oh,
done.
okay. I didn't know the definition of abandonment. So, okay, now I'm clear.
Abandonment's when somebody says,
I'm
out."
clear. Okay, good. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah, you just get everybody together and, or you know what?
That's
just get
fine.
shit done. Read a book.
That's, whatever. I don't need entertainment. I have plenty
I
to
like
do.
entertainment.
I have plenty
As
to
you
do.
know, I like to be
Always
occupied.
have plenty.
I can
to
entertain
do.
myself.
Yes,
Well,
me too.
if you want to be entertained, you can.
I do not want to be entertained. I do not need to be entertained. And I'm certainly not going somewhere where there's a dozen bands playing of music that I'd prefer not to hear.
Crappy.
There's no country in that
So
list.
I'll tell you a funny story from last year, from the Dave
The
Fest.
fuck you will.
And so they had a bonfire going, and inadvertently, I think they threw in some electronics.
Oh, capacitors do well in fire.
So they
So
exploded.
we didn't know, there was a bonfire. We're like, that's cool. And, we had just plugged in all the equipment. And I'm smelling burning plastic. And we start thinking. And then some of the smoke was wafting over, and it was my amp, my other Mesa, just like this one, has a front vent and have lights in it. So there was smoke coming through the vents.
Nice.
I immediately thought that my amp was burning up. Something had gone wrong. So there was this panic over. Everybody was rushing the stage to turn the amp off, depower all the gear. And then,
and it wasn't even that.
no, it was just smoke wafting over from the fire
it was
pit
pulled in.
with plastic burning.
It happened to my hairdryer in Europe once. It was awful.
You got your hair caught in the hairdryer?
No, I plugged into a European outlet.
Oh.
Mm.
I've when I was younger and I had my hair, my
Did you ever
wafty.
suck your hair into
I
the
no, I didn't know, but
I did
I used
once.
I used to burn up hair dryers on the regular
Yeah, I
Why?
could see that.
because I had a lot of hair.
Took forever to.
So they would get
Unclog the fucking thing in
they
the
would
back.
get clogged occasionally, and then the way I used to do my hair was with a curling brush. I had to do like this whole
I
thing.
melted one of those in Europe too.
So I had a lot of fucking hair.
Jim, they have converters for those.
I had one, but it looked like it would fit. I was really tired.
We had a bunch of those converters, didn't we?
No, we have them.
We
We
still have
purchased them for our trip.
Yeah.
And we do have them. And I do plan to go back to Italy, so I do plan to use it again. And maybe to Scotland.
Yep. That's that.
It
big-
does rain there a lot.
That's the big
I don't
ass.
care.
That's what I've heard.
I don't care if you're inside
It's
a
like
pub.
Seattle.
What do you care if it's raining outside?
Oh, I want
All
to
the
go.
bad stuff happens outside.
Right?
I want to go to a real pub in England, but they drink
Yeah.
their beer warm.
It's good that way.
Who cares?
I'm gonna go get some Guinness draft pub, whatever the fuck the closest to what you can get over there is, and I'm gonna leave it at room temperature, and we'll have it one time. It's
Would you rather drink a cold beer in King of Prussia or a warm beer in Scotland?
A warm beer in
I'm going
Scotland.
to choose the warm beer in Scotland.
See,
Let's
that's
go.
tough for me because I really like cold beer.
I don't have a problem. with
After
it.
the third beer, you probably won't even notice that it's warm.
Truth there, Vadim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when my
It
when,
will be wet. How
when my
about that?
father-in-law handed me that Guinness he brought from Ireland, I didn't dare put that in the fridge. So
Yeah, like this gets warm after a little bit.
Well,
so-
if you don't drink it fast
You
enough.
wanna
Right.
know?
I don't.
Anybody
I
wanna know?
never drink it fat. And Jim will be on his third one before I get through
Nope.
half of mine.
I've only had one.
The nice thing about tonight is I don't drive in tomorrow.
Oh yeah. See, you're a lucky dog.
I
See
am
if
a
I can
luck.
still do it.
I get 1 or 2 days a
Yeah.
week, depending on the week. I don't have
Oh,
to.
I messed it up.
So it gives me an extra hour
Ah,
of
fuck, I
sleep.
can't do it now. When I was in high school,
There's so much holy hell
You
going
could
on at
just
work, though.
flip.
No. I'm
Flip it?
trying to crush it, but I messed it all up. So when I was in high school, this girl I was dating, we went to see. I went to a family thing in Jersey. Like I was going to see her extended family, first time ever. This is all new.
The
to
whole
me.
Beagle family. with
Yeah,
all the-
yeah, the whole thing. And I was kind of nervous. So we get there, and she has some wine, takes some Motrin, has cramps, and goes to sleep.
And
Passes
leaves
out
you with the family.
with the family. So I'm like,
Oh, that's shitty.
you know, and I'm still like reeling from the,
You know what?
like, I'm still freaking out that some girl told me she had cramps. Like, I'm that young. I'm like, okay,
Oh
you
my
mean,
God.
wait, okay, yeah, just go away. So I was standing there. I had nothing.
Nothing's happening here.
I'll tell you what, Jim.
I was 17, so I had nothing to do.
These things happen.
I had
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
sometimes.
Because about a year later, it's like, can you go buy me some tampons? I'm like,
No,
I don't really want to.
I can't.
And the cashier was such an ass. But no, but like, so she goes off, and I'm just standing around. So I stood over by the bar, and this old man walks up, and he's like, 1,000 years old, and he's like, are you the bartender? I'm like, yeah, sure. What do you want? So he just wanted a beer. So I popped a beer, and he picks up the cap, and he puts it in his hand, and he just does that and squeezes it with his 2 fingers in half.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks at me, and now it's like that Quint thing on the boat, like now I'm Hooper in this situation. So he crushes this thing. I mean, I didn't do it as fast as he did. He just went pop.
Because he does it all the time.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm this kid.
How you like that, you punk?
So I was like, okay, how hard could it be? He's like 6,000 years old, looks like Poop Deck Pappy. And I'm doing
He's
this.
like,
I'm
crush, and you're just like,
I'm doing this. Like my hand is shaking.
Let me tell you
yeah,
something.
you're like, ooh. and
I
then the
washed
tea-
dishes
And
for
he laughs and walks away.
17.
I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I washed dishes for 17 years. I got no feeling in my fingers, boy.
Did you ever kill a man with a shovel? Not today, no. So I don't like fucking with old people because, like when we were kids, like the old folks that were like, sit in their 60s and 70s, they probably
Hey, that's
fucking
almost
did.
us.
No, but we didn't murder anybody with a trench shovel, as far as anybody knows. They did, Oh. Like I used to hear stories about like my uncle. Like my uncle Stan actually was. Remember when they did the anniversary of Normandy? They had it on TV a few years ago.
You know what today's the anniversary of?
No.
The Move bombing.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
40 years?
40 years ago
40
today.
years ago.
But if you
yeah.
look up that Normandy thing, he's standing there next to the president at the time. Well, but yeah, he's on that thing. But yeah, I remember Move.
Got any money?
Me? No.
Yeah, no, nobody wants him.
Not that kind of money, no. I don't have a 747 burning a hole in my pocket. But no, when
Right.
Move happened, I was going to school in Delco, and
I remember when the original Move thing happened.
Yeah, I remember that,
Officer
too.
James Ramp got shot.
Yep. But the second Move thing where they blowed it up, we were in school, and some of the kids that I went to school, I didn't even think about it. Like they lived in the city.
What were you doing in school? Were you in college?
I was in high school. It was 85, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the year I graduated.
Yeah, so you were still in high school.
But I was working at West Coast Video that day. I remember I was at West Coast Video.
But
everything happened when I was at West Coast Video.
But these kids were coming in, and they were saying they were getting ready for school, and they could hear the gunshots. And I'm like, where the fuck do you live? They live in like Overbrook and stuff. They were close enough to Osage. They could
sure.
actually hear it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's right. We have kids from all over the fucking main line here. Shit. So that was kind of
There's
horrifying.
nothing mean about that line.
Yeah. That's why Will Smith went there for a whole year, 2 years. I think a year, 1 year.
Yeah, they just dedicated something to him, right? Named a street after
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fresh Prince Ave.
It's 8:28,
Yeah.
and it's about that time for the Florida Man.
Oh, it is?
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
The producer's telling me that.
Oh, who the hell's our producer?
Captain Carvin.
Oh, that.
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can. Have a job, probably not. Why is that? He's a freak. Look out, here comes the Florida man.
There we go.
In the White House.
Yeah, I missed the post estate. Okay, so here we go.
All right.
So here's Florida Man. So
Oh, boy.
for all you newbies out there in the
Dare I
outback
say
of
strap in on the first one?
Tanzania. Let me make this a little smaller so you can actually see it. There we go. All right, so 5 of these are real. One of them is not. So the first one, naked Florida man discovered eating ramen in a restaurant as cops search for different burglar that ate chicken wings. Florida student threatens to kill professor for scheduling final exam at 7 a.m.
I would do that.
Yeah, I think I have done that. Thong-wearing Florida man arrested while building shed with garbage on stranger's property. Florida woman hospitalized after drinking homemade tequila. I guess tequila?
To kill ya. To kill ya.
Yeah. Florida man returns ashes of victim's mother after theft.
That was the
That
right thing to
definitely
do.
happened.
A naked Florida man drove with wires attached to genitals, police say.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I just copies them or creates them as I sees them.
This one's tougher this week. Let's see if I can.
I took a whole 30, 40 seconds to come up with this one.
I'll just go with 4.
4.
Dad?
I think.
Pardon me?
I think 2.
2.
No, that I would do that.
You would not.
Okay.
Thought about it.
It's 4 and 2. Anything else from the peanut gallery there?
No.
Okay. All right. So this, I hated just even pasting this in because that was really annoying. But that one's real. The negative wire, I don't even think I read that one, but that's real.
I don't understand that one, but that's fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
There's some things I don't want to know. This one's real. This one is real.
Don't tell me I did it again.
You didn't. He actually got one.
What is tequila?
I don't know.
Tequila.
It's
Tequila.
tequila.
But that was the tell.
Yeah.
Well, then, see, that's not a tell. That could actually
No,
be
that was
real.
a tell.
All right. Well, you don't read the stories.
You played it up a little too much.
I played it up.
Oh,
I wasn't meaning to. I was just honestly trying to.
When
pronounce
you
it.
emphasized that you didn't know how to pronounce it, I went,
Yeah, that was
That's
real.
what
I
it-
wasn't
Ah.
doing that for any effect. I honestly muffled that.
oh
There you
boy. Oh, I'm now.
Yeah, but you got both of them last week. So.
Yeah.
yeah,
I did.
your
I
score
did.
is much higher than the rest of the
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
On the
I'm
curve,
Doing very good with
Yep.
this.
You got the A.
Now let's do the other.
Oh, you want the other one?
Yeah.
Want this one?
What the fuck, Jim?
That one, huh? Okay.
How are you?
I got this somewhere. Nope, that's the music. My God, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right.
that's still my favorite.
Which one?
No.
There we go.
Want a little bit of information?
Okay. So this is the same thing. 5 are real, 1 isn't.
You didn't play any theme tunes.
I did too.
He
You
did,
didn't
he
pay
did.
attention to it.
Yeah.
Hang
he
on,
did.
I'll just
Here.
play it.
What the fuck, Jim?
You didn't get to this part.
What the fuck?
You didn't play the music. You don't follow through on these things.
I get nervous because you get bored very easily. I don't want to upset you and say something.
What the fuck?
You got the whole thing. I like it. You let that play in the background. Good too. So anyway, so same thing. 5 are real, 1 is not. So it is based on me, my life. Shut up now. All right. So the first one is I set a part of a hotel on fire. Loudly called Jared Hasselhoff of the Bloodhound Gang a piece of shit at appearance at the mall.
I
Huh?
think there's some of the guys in that band.
Anyway, have a scar made by a sword. Ran over my uncle on a golf course. Made a fake video of me peeing on a homeless guy filmed by the editor of Quentin Tarantino and Marvel movies. And, you guys know that one. And dated a fashion model.
What kind of fashion?
None of your damn business. Just play the game. I think it's really terrifying when you guys stare at this horrible shit and don't know even what to say. That makes me start questioning the decisions I've made in my life.
Well,
at least they
yours
weren't in
is
the
harder
last-
than Florida Man.
Thanks.
At least they weren't in the last.
I'm
10.
gonna say 6.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of your stories, and I haven't heard that one yet.
I was going to go with that too.
All right.
And you've been with Bree a very long time, so
know.
I'm
Maybe
thinking,
it was a Pampers girl.
but maybe it's Bree. How do I know?
I think that was a
It could
guy,
be
wasn't
Bree.
it? No. Are you saying that too?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are both going that one?
Because when I was a kid, I actually did
You did some
modeling for
And obviously you're out of my league.
People's
Yeah.
department store. So, anywho.
Oh, God.
So.
All right. So this one is obviously true. The guy who is the film editor for Tarantino and Marvel movies did help me and some friends film some stuff.
Mark told me a similar story for real about something like that.
Yeah? Well, that was real.
They thought that they were in an alley where there was nothing going on, and
Oh,
yeah.
no.
They're like, the trash is moving. Oh no!
Oh,
Jesus.
no, that's terrible.
I'm not sure of the statute of limitations, but let's just say that one could be real.
Yeah.
I do have a sword scar.
We heard that story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did run over my uncle on the golf
We
course.
knew that was true.
That was horrifying.
Did his fake leg make it?
No, it's not. I did run over his leg though. I wasn't paying attention and hit him. And yeah, I did actually go on a date with a fashion model once. She was, at the time I was 19, she was like 57 and had been in a car accident and had a stroke. But she was a fashion model.
Oh, okay.
So
Was
that
it really a date?
according to her,
Why
it
would you
was.
make up a bad story about the bloodhound gag?
Because I have no respect
that's a
for
very
them.
it's a very Norristown reference.
Yeah. It's weird because if you go to their Facebook page, they say they're from Quakertown, but if you go to the King of Prussia page, they say they're from here.
They're from most of them are from here. From
I
what
have no
understand.
respect for them. They're like ass wipes. Like Bree has stories about these guys actually hanging out at the wall and coming in and handing out freebies of their CD, and she's like, "Hey, fuckwit, we sell them." So she might have yelled at him, but I didn't.
Eric Cairns knew those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her music? Like, is it rock? Is
Yeah,
it
I don't know. I never
alternative? Is
listened
it
to it.
metal?
I never
Is
listened to
it
it.
punk? Is it...
I honestly don't know.
Probably
Yeah.
modern rock. I don't know. We could probably look it up on YouTube. But it's probably
Yeah, well,
copyrighted.
don't play it because I
No,
do
no.
not want you to get dinged.
I want to say it's rap. They're rap. I thought they were rap, but it's been so long.
That is your right.
So yep, they rap.
Rocket.
So it's not anything I did. It's something I probably wanted to do.
Okay.
So you suck.
So what kind of fashion model was she anyway? Was she
She-
in magazines? Was she in
Yeah,
like
apparently, like
ads?
she did magazines because I don't think movies existed when she was doing it. So I think she was.
She was born in
She was doing like
1870.
rotogravure shots in like
There
newspapers
you
and
go.
stuff.
Rotogravure. That's what I
Yeah.
do for a living, unfortunately.
Now, when you say dated, do you mean just like going out to
She-
dinner one date, or are you saying that
He
you
was
spent
banging
a
her.
few
One
months?
time.
He was
It-
banging-
It was
a date-
'cause
a
she-
date
That's
is
not
banging.
dating.
Yeah.
But that's not dating.
It was to her because she was trying to do stuff, and I'm like,
That's not.
I need to go home to my parents. I'm a child. Leave me alone. Innocent.
Oh boy.
and have a girlfriend, and she'll kill me. So yeah, I did it. It was kind of like, I hate to say this, but it was all. She begged me, and it was like pity, and I just was like, fine.
So.
But I went to see
What was-
Biloxi Blues, and now I can't watch that movie.
Oh, Biloxi Blues. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good movie.
I know,
though.
but every time I
really
watch
did
it, I
like that
get-
movie.
I don't think I
get
ever
kinda
saw it.
Sick.
No.
No.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that about?
Well,
Carl Reiner when he was in the army.
Matthew Broderick, is that his name? He went.
So
They
he was in the
he was
army
in
or
the,
something?
He was in the army.
Oh, I did
And
see
his
it.
buddies said, "You need to get laid, so I'm gonna send
I
you to a
saw
hooker."
that. Yeah.
And she was an older lady. She was very kind to him, and
Even though he smelled like Aqua Velva.
So yeah, so she just
That
taught
was like
him a couple of things.
1985, that movie.
It
Yeah.
was. It was very old.
No, it was after 85. It was
So
87.
what was the oldest person that you ever dated? The oldest aged.
Behave Adler.
Oh boy, there's so many.
Do you mean at the age
The
at
revolving
time?
door.
Like, in what context?
Like you
Well,
had to help them up
in-
the stairs
in
because
his
their walker didn't
context,
fit.
It's just
Technically
like,
speaking, you were the oldest person I ever dated.
I'm younger than you.
I know, but within the time frame.
So somebody older than you.
So
How is
okay,
it-
so when I was
I knew he'd fuck this
Okay,
up.
wait. He's not understanding the question.
so when I was 22, I dated somebody who was like 32. Is it?
I guess that was what I was asking.
You were
Like,
4.
what was the age
And
difference?
I think I dated a 34-year-old
in the
in that
oldest
same
person
time
that
frame.
you dated.
Yeah, I dated
Yeah.
some older gals in that time frame.
I'm in love,
Oh, okay, so it's not me.
baby mama.
'Cause
Well,
I'm the same age as you.
You dated you married.
I was married.
Yeah, to a guy
Yeah.
that's like
I'm
ready
gonna
to-
bathe you
15
and
years
feed you
older.
and
Really
wipe
old.
you.
Yeah, he was much older.
I want to lose my virginity so my daddy will love me.
Yeah, I don't. You know
I was just curious.
that was it. It was during the early 90s or
Yeah,
late 80s.
I think after you or after your 20s, age doesn't really matter.
it does
right?
if they're 90.
I think that. Well, I think that when you're
I mean,
after
look at that.
18,
Look at that
it doesn't matter how
24-year-old
old
who's
people are.
dating the former coach of the fucking Patriots.
Yeah, that's love. Yeah.
That's weird.
No, I mean, yeah, technically it wasn't a date, but she thought it was, so I get away with that. So
Oh,
I
okay.
play the game, but
All right,
it
so
wasn't
we're-
for me because everybody I've ever dated was younger than me.
No, I dated a lot of people older than me. A lot of women
No, they're
older
all
than me.
younger than me.
I you know, until I got divorced.
Except
you know,
the first girl I kissed, she was a few months older.
Now, when I got divorced,
she was really
in,
drunk.
What was it? 2004 or 5, whatever that was. I dated some women younger than me at that point, and that was different for me, you know. But
Can I help you with that? Yeah. Can you hold my walker? Sure.
prior to that, you know, I tended to like women that were older than me. I didn't date a lot of girls. Like if somebody was like 2 or 3 years younger than me, it bothered me for some reason.
Well, it was weird because
I was 20 and so they were 17 and that was
well,
illegal.
when I was 16, I was dating a girl. The girl asked me out. I think we dated for like 2 weeks, and I don't even know if we dated. We went out on one date, but it was like she was. I was 16. She was 14. And that sounds really skeevy when you say it.
Not really.
Then it did. Everybody's like, but
You're a teenager. That's normal. You're in
yeah,
high
I
school
mean,
together.
like Bree's 2 years younger than her, so I mean, I'm really robbing the cradle now.
But I can tell you that. So when I was in, I guess 8th grade, my girlfriend was in 9th grade, and when I was going into 9th, and that summer, my girlfriend was going into 10th grade.
You slut.
So
Was that Teen Tours?
one of them was Teen Tours. I
He
just
talks
I like
about
I
Teen
like
Tours all the time.
I like Teen Tours. I like girls that were older. I don't know, whatever. You know,
See, I think I was against that because all my mom's friends were always like hitting on me.
these were teenagers. They weren't.
Yeah, these were
my
all
mom's
cronies,
friends.
so it was
Yeah, well,
horrifying.
Paul went down to Florida to see his mom in Tampa, and
Yeah, there was a
some cougar was hitting on him. I was like,
So that was 10 years.
"You're on the phone
How-
with your wife. What is she?"
So what year was
saying?"
Come
this?
on over here. I'll show you my
So
stoma.
that was in 2010. So that was, what, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was how old then?
Well, you're
What, you want me to do math? now?
58.
Yeah, so I was like 42, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was 42. She was like 55 or 56.
Oh, gross.
She was my mom's friend, and
What was her name?
I don't
Rhoda?
know.
Esmeralda?
Not Rhoda.
No, I don't
what
remember
was
her
her
Zelda?
name?
My mom's not friends with her. No, not because
No,
of
I
that.
know.
But yeah, I made them both dinner,
Roseanne.
something like that. Or,
Yeah, something like that. I remember.
She was a good looking lady. I mean, she
Did
was.
you go out with her or you just make her
No,
food?
he was
No, she was
like, he called me. He's like, "Oh, we're all here. Oh, my mom's friend came over, and we're hanging out. We're having dinner."
We were drinking wine.
Oh, my God. That's how
And-
it starts.
He's like, "This woman is like hitting on me."
she was coming on
Like,
pretty strong.
She's like, yeah, and I was like,
What do you think of cobwebs?
No, well,
So
she was
so
our
57
age.
is cobwebs.
She was our age at the time that this happened to him.
That 10 years ago, our age was old. Now it's not.
She
No,
was,
I know.
She was a pretty attractive lady, I have to say.
Yeah.
But that was weird
You
because
want to see me in my whack uniform?
this was when my father was in the hospital, right? Or was it? Yeah, it was all during that whole thing when he was.
So he wasn't around
he
for
was
her
in a-
attention, so you were the next best thing.
That's right.
He was
You
in a
had
coma.
gone down there because your dad's
Had been in the
because of
accident.
their car accident, and then his dad never.
Did you ever think
came
that might have been her plan all along?
To put my father in a coma.
Yes, to get you down there.
No.
That's
What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I would.
Sorry.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
No.
I hope you're proud.
No, a little bit, yeah.
So what's happening this weekend, Mr. Adler?
Well, I already talked about Billfest.
Yeah.
But on Sunday.
Holy shit.
Sunday at
Sunday
1 o'clock.
is big news.
Sunday at 1 o'clock, we're going down to visit Mommy Dearest.
Yeah, Mommy Dearest,
Because she needs more
help
channels.
with her TV.
So I
She's not
showed
getting
her. I
enough
showed her on the old
entertainment.
Samsung that there's like about 200 channels on there that come with the TV as long as you have an internet connection.
Why did you
Apparently,
do
she forgot how to do that.
that? Just tell her you get 3, 6, 10, 12.
But we
and there's
will
none
get
of
to
that.
eat at Woody's. So
Well, that's gonna be worth
the
the
only
price of-
reason
yeah.
why he is agreeing to go, because there will be a reward.
I honestly thought about just driving down there Friday night by myself and going there and setting her TV up to be done with it.
Why?
Because I just
Then you can call him and say you have to come home immediately, and he can use it as an excuse to jet.
No.
That
'cause we
sounds
always
gay.
make it an outing. And we can pick up the saw while we were there.
that'd be good.
Yeah, so Sunday.
Yeah, because we're going to be in
we're
the band
gonna
van,
have Lacey.
right?
Lacey June's coming for overnight.
I'll see her at 4 in the morning.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. You'll stay out all night.
Most likely.
Yeah, he likes to come home when the sun comes up.
Good
Yeah.
night.
As long as he doesn't come home with a dirty face.
Right.
Well,
that's
That
true.
only happened one time.
That's true. As long as you don't fall.
I wish we still had that video.
You didn't save that?
You didn't save.
There's no way to save it.
You lie.
You could have.
You can
How do you
download
You
them.
could have recorded it.
I don't.
You
I,
can download off a Ring Cam?
It's Blink. It's Blink. It's not Ring.
Oh, that's shit.
I got the knockoff.
We should have definitely recorded on our phone so that,
That
we
would have been
had
funny,
it.
yeah.
We could have posted it so everyone
Yeah,
could
that would
see
be
your
good, so
video.
that my job could see that.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
My name is Sal Rosenberg.
You were.
That's
very
what would be my
lucky.
name if I put that up there. I'm
I
Frank.
mean, shit, I've gone on a work trip and done horrifying things. I made the client, my boss, a trainer, and the rest of the team go to a gay bar just because they were joking about it. They thought it
You
was
made them go.
They thought it was funny. Like we had a meeting like a couple of weeks before.
But
we
you
went.
didn't come out of the bathroom with like poop on your face.
No. I
See?
held the door. I have never stretched so far in my life as trying to pee and hold that door shut with my foot. But no,
I think every guy has done that.
no, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, we had a
some
meeting
reason.
before when the project was going to go down to beautiful Sandusky, Ohio, and one of the guys like, "Yeah, we're going to go to Club X. Jim, you'll like that." And everybody laughs. I'm like, "The fuck is Club X?" Oh, fuck you. It's like a gay bar. I'm like, funny. So when we went out to Put in Bay, we came back. Everybody's wasted, especially me. And I was like, so we going? I know where it is. So we went and we walked into this very gay bar and it was loaded with women. And my one friend Mike
Happy
said,
bar with women in it.
Mike-
Sounds like a good place.
well, it was because they were safe. And then my friend Mike goes, ladies, and they all left. Like immediately just left. Like it was a joke, like it was a movie. I was like, good move, man. But it was very nice. They were very nice to us. They let us come in and take over their shit for a little while. And I went to the bathroom. I came out. Everybody was gone. I'm like, where's everybody? They went through that door in the back. I'm like,
the portal.
I heard about that. My dad told me about that door. I'm not going back there. Where's that door go? They're like the backyard. I'm like, okay. They're my ride. I have to find them. So, yeah.
So you guys all went and then they disappeared.
No, we went out back and just sat in a big circle of people and had fun. You know, they were nice people.
Okay.
But yeah, so the moral of the story is don't fucking mess around with me because I'll make you go to wherever you suggest.
Okay. Oh boy, we have to find some new haunts to go to in October.
That would be good.
Yeah, because we've kind of done everything that we have.
I have
around.
to, if we do, and we know, I have to
I'd like
block
to go to
myself
Salem.
off so we can go. Sundays are always good, though.
Salem would be cool.
Yeah.
I know
Road
we would
trip.
love to go to Salem.
Yeah.
Either that or we just break into Howard's.
Ben
house.
Salem?
That's probably
Oh,
kind of
Salem.
No, Salem.
Salem,
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yes.
Well, let's see.
Or just find some.
Yeah, I the weekend of October 17th, I have one show. But I have gigs every weekend.
That's David's birthday.
Yes, it is. It's a big Sweeney show.
What do you guys all? Is it like an Adler thing? It has to be the 17th.
17th
Maybe.
was an Adler thing. My father was 17, and David's 17, and I am 17.
That
Yeah.
is creepy.
17 is a very
And again,
important day.
We always did sevens.
And yet 8's my favorite number.
13's my favorite number. What's your favorite number?
It was 5. Now it's 15. I've grown.
Times fives.
It was the original hockey jersey I was given when I first started playing, and it was the number I wore the whole time.
But we can go on a Sunday somewhere. No problem.
Yeah, as long as we take Monday off.
We can do that.
Yeah. We need to sit down with the
I
calendar and
know.
schedule our
The
time.
week between Halloween and between,
and New Year's.
yeah,
let's.
yeah,
I
just
love
take all
that
that off,
idea.
yeah.
Let's just.
It might be a problem.
I put those
wipe
days
our
in.
calendar.
The only
I-
thing that's going to be a problem this year is if the shits in the neighborhood start trouble with the stuff.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that all that just sort of goes away.
It
by
sorta
then.
has.
It's a few months from now, and maybe they all
Well, they
got the message.
I think they.
Well,
did
if
get in
the
trouble.
kids come up and they start getting really bad, then I'll just play Fuck Like a Beast over and over till the
No,
whole
I'm not
neighborhood
worried
goes
about that.
away.
I'm worried about putting the stuff out and they get.
Well, that's not
jacked
fair to
up.
our other neighbors.
I
They
know,
didn't do
it's-
anything
No,
wrong.
they didn't. But everybody has to suffer.
I'll just sit up on the
Why?
roof with a pellet gun.
No.
Actually, a paintball gun might be a little more legal. But
It'll be fine.
It's like
Is
a sick-
Franklin knocking?
No, Jim is
my
knocking.
axe. I'm just fascinated by this
I
thing.
hope you're proud.
Where did you get that? What is that?
Bottle opener.
Oh, it is
It's a little hatchet.
a little hatchet.
Yeah.
It's
little Viking
actually
bottle opener.
sharp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't hit anybody with it because it might hurt them.
Oh my goodness! I don't know.
I didn't sharpen it. It came that way.
Where'd you get something like that?
Amazon.
Everything
Why?
comes from Amazon.
Yeah.
We have a package waiting outside right now.
Do you know what it is?
I do.
It's a surprise.
Gosh, I should too. Shit. I had to get more of these.
More mugs.
Yeah, I got a smaller one because this one's just too damn big. So I got a smaller couple of these. I got some plastic wine glasses because
Because
know,
you sit outside.
we sit outside and it's like, Bree's glasses are all. She's got stemless wine glasses and they get broken all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me get you some plastic ones so they don't get.
That's how they became stemless.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
but they always get broken and I love these things. I use them all the time because I'm very hard on glassware. That's why it's one of the reasons I wear black too because I spill shit all over myself.
yeah.
None
Yeah.
more.
If I wear a white shirt, I guarantee you someone will serve spaghetti.
There's no point in wearing white, right?
No. Plus, I'm not allowed to anymore.
I'm wondering if the weekend where Frank gets married, if we're going to have to take some extra time off.
I think we should probably plan on it.
You going on the honeymoon with them?
Well, we are invited, and in fact, he has gotten an Airbnb for a bunch of his friends, and we're staying at the Airbnb with, lots of different couples. So we're going to keep the party going after the wedding
Oh, cool.
and
cool,
after
cool.
the reception.
Which
so.
means I'll probably be wearing that lampshade again.
Yeah, it was after our wedding. People stayed and kept partying and stuff, and we were like,
Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, he just
Yeah.
we're just running an Airbnb so everybody can stay together and everybody can just keep partying and have a good time, and we'll get up the next day.
I'm very particular about where I sleep, though,
you are?
Really?
except when I get in at 4 a.m.
Except when you sleep with the
It teaches you
When
a
I
very
lawn
sleep-
ornaments.
when I sleep with the tulips.
it teaches you a very valuable lesson. Mulch every spring.
right.
Use something soft to land
Move
in.
the lawn ornaments.
Well, the dirt felt good.
Yeah.
It was a dirt nap.
The hostas broke your fall.
No, I fell in the dirt. There was no hosta there.
I know.
You had already
It
cleared
was
that
winter.
out.
But
Yeah.
it was just great. I mean, it was like when in a movie, like a woman gets dirty, it's just like her cheekbones. But you just had that stripe right down their face.
Yeah, it was diagonal.
I was like, how the hell did he do? He fall on a tire? Something a burnout on
I
you?
You're so lucky he
I
did
just
not
Mitch the Hedgehog.
bust his teeth out.
yeah.
Like, he is so lucky you didn't bust your face.
And I didn't break any guitars. Because I had 3 guitars.
Yeah, teeth you can fix.
Well, they fell on you, so you broke their fall.
Not exactly.
Oh, that's sad.
But I've done,
Because
I've
the
done,
one went over my shoulder, and that's what
Oh, I
pulled
got
me.
you.
but I've done
Yeah.
doofy shit like that where I'm carrying something, and I fall, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to break the pillow, and like.
You don't put your
You know,
hands
so
out.
land on my spine instead
Right.
of like whatever the hell I'm carrying. So yeah, it's a weird reaction.
Yeah.
Although it did save me when I fell down the steps not the last time, but one time.
You were really bad that night. That's how I even knew that you fell when you showed me the video, was the fact that you fell off the bed.
Well, that was a screwballs night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to get fucked up down there.
Yeah. But it wasn't their fault,
Yeah. Did I tell you I went back down there the other day?
To do what?
Because at your last gig when I left, I thought I left an open tab.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
And I went down that next Saturday.
Everything okay?
Yeah, they said you didn't have an open tab. I'm like, all right.
I can't tell you how many times I've left there, and the next day I've woken up and gone, "Did I tip?
I worry more. Did I get my card back,
Did I tip properly?"
or did I do the math right? Like
Yeah,
I always
that's what
stress
he's
about the
talking
math.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like but
Especially when you're drunk.
Well, it's funny. So I
that's
will,
not our fault. They're the ones giving us drinks.
But
And then they say,
Yeah.
"Here, do some algebra."
I know.
carry the
I can't tell you how
one.
many
Wait,
times I've said to them,
Carry
"Can you?
a one.
Is that good?" Because I don't. I don't know.
It's
Just make it 20%.
It's really simple. Just do 20%.
But
it makes
Right.
it so
but
much easier.
there are nights.
I don't even do 20. I just say like, "Here, just."
Honestly,
whatever
there
it
are
is.
nights where I just whatever my bill is, I double
Yeah,
the amount.
yeah, I usually give a set amount, but it's always
Because
way more.
But that's why you keep getting these drinks that make you drunk and make you run
But
into our hedgehog
but I literally thought I
in the
ran.
flower bed.
I wasn't sure
Kiss
I covered
the
everything.
hedgehog.
Because I paid the bill at the table, and I think that covered everything, but I wasn't sure. So I went down. I talked to Kim and I talked to Stephanie.
Kim's in like Cancun right
Yeah,
now.
and I was like, and both of them.
Nice.
Like I talked to Kim, she's like, "No, you're fine. Don't worry about that." I'm like, "You don't shit where you drink."
Right.
And then I was leaving
No,
and I
that's-
ran into Steph, and she's like, "What's going on?"
That's the old watering hole.
Because she was coming out of the bar when I was going in. I'm like, "I'm down here to talk to you." She goes, "I'll be right back," because she was the one that waited on us, and I was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I do." Because no, you don't leave anything open. You guys hook us up all the time. Don't worry about it. You know?
Right, right.
Don't stay out too
I was
late.
like, I just wanted to be totally sure because I felt like a total shit all week. Like, oh my god, I don't remember if I covered. I knew I paid the one bill, but I didn't know if I had another tab open. I got really scared.
There were some times where I wasn't so sure about things.
But
But it's that time. It's time. Is there a cat call?
there's a cat call, MoncoRadio.com. So if you're still wanting to listen to some stuff and you got nowhere to be and nothing to do, or what the fuck, just do it anyway because I told you to. Go to MoncoRadio.com and listen to my daughter's podcast and radio show. Not podcast. This is a radio show.
Well, it's
It's a radio show. They're broadcast on the radio. So
no, we're not.
We're not. We're shit. I'm not talking about us.
Oh, okay.
So go listen
Thank
to the cat
God.
call, MoncoRadio.com, and yeah, she's got FCC shit to worry about. We don't.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
When I was a DJ at school, I had to be we didn't go out over the air, but we had to abide by all the rules.
Villanova actually went out, but I never did it. If I had half a brain and half the balls I have now, I would have a guy I knew was a DJ there. I would have gone and been like, "Put me on your show. Put me on now. I want to go on the radio. Please, please. I want to be stupid where no one can see me."
Well, I will tell you this that old school will be back at Screwballs next weekend, May 24th, and then the onslaught begins. The month of June, there's a lot of shows coming up for old school. It's pretty interesting. I'll just go through them real quick because I have a minute here. We start out on June 6th at the Stray Dog Tavern. It's the debut of Old School at the Stray Dog, which is cool. The next day we with Dave McGuire on lead vocals, we are doing the Levittown Vietnam Veterans Concert.
Oh, cool.
Mill Creek Road in Levittown. They reached out to us. Falls Township Vietnam Vets Show. And then the following weekend, we are back at Screwball, shockingly. And then we have, what do we got? We've got the Bridgeport Festival. Old School's playing there on June 18th from 6 to 10. That's
a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday night. We're in a parking lot somewhere down there. And then we have the Smokehouse on the 21st of June. And then we have the 5-4 on the 27th. And then we have Free Will Brewing on the 28th.
I really like that place.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
It smells
I really
nice.
like that
So
place.
stay
Yeah.
tuned on the
Yeah, there's a
27th
lot.
and
You'll
20th.
have to remind everybody next week of your
I
schedule.
will. On the 27th and 28th, we're going to have some special guests participating at those shows. And that's going to be a big announcement. It'll be kind of cool. So we'll have Bob and we'll have 2 special guests sitting in for the
Nice.
night.
Cool.
I'm excited about that. That'll be nice.
Very good.
So, yeah, that's June is going to be a big month. And, so thank you. And if you're not doing anything this weekend and you want to go to a festival called Bill, Instinct's going to be there. It's no sweat off my back.
Might be if it's hot.
It will be sweaty. Sweaty
Sweaty.
balls.
Drink more beer.
Drink more beer. You're not a real Kiss fan if you don't drink beer.
All right. Sign us out.
All right, so we're out. We'll see you guys. We'll see each other every
Yeah.
next week.
See you
And,
next week.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see